city, one life, one team, one strike. We gon' make it, yeah, we gon' make it. We gon' make it, yeah, we gon' make it.
According to citydata.com, for Trenton zip codes 08609 and 08638, 49.9% of residents live below the federal poverty line, and the unemployment rate for this area is 21.9%. An article posted on NJ.com in May of 2012 states that the seniors in Trenton's public high schools posted a 47.7% graduation rate in 2011, including a 54.8% rate at Trenton High School and a 12.9% rate at the Daylight Twilight Alternative School. The dropout rate for Trenton area schools are among the worst in the state. Data assembled by the NJ Department of Education for the 2009-2010 academic year reveals that in Trenton, only 21% of all graduates go on to college, and only 0.2% attend other forms of postgraduate training, and of those graduates, only 0.3% obtain full-time employment.
My name is Ralph Rivera. I am the principal of Isles Youth Institute. It's just a passion of mine trying to promote enduring knowledge as opposed to just schooling. We want to really expand the knowledge of our kids to be one that they could remember and they can use. And I think that's basically a calling. You just have to set first of all, you have to have a vision as to what kind of school you want. And you have to focus on to do the right thing. Once you know the type of population you're addressing and what needs to be done, you just have to organize yourself and surround yourself with a wonderful team. I am surrounded with an excellent team, professionals, teachers that really, really care. And that makes it all worthwhile because you can really, really help once you have a lot of professionals that are committed. And I gotta say, all of my teachers are really, really committed. And then you just have to, one day at a time, there is crisis after crisis after crisis after crisis every single day. But that's part of the job. That's why they call it work.
My name is Robert Esposito Jr., and I've been with Isles since September 2013. I guess just the overall mission of what Isles Youth Institute does, and that's just to help kids achieve their GEDs and then perhaps from there move on to college or into the job market and just overall be better people. And I've always been that way since I can remember. Just positivity, you got to help others. If everybody's a taker, then there's nothing left. So we're all givers, and I think with our colleagues we all feel the same way, and that's why I'm here.
My name is Douglas Moreland, and this is my third year. I was one of those kids that either didn't show up to school or I showed up late and didn't really try to do any work. I would just joke around, text, walk the hallways trying to figure out who can I mess with or hang out with. And doing that, I hardly got any credits at all.
Isles Youth Institute aims to change all this. Isles Youth Institute, or IYI, is an alternative to traditional high school, and is a program that not only helps students obtain their GED, but also includes vocational training, job development training, case management, post-secondary support, mentoring, and an extended evening program. IYI has two main goals. The first is to provide students with the tools necessary to achieve career success. IYI offers a wide range of educational opportunities that allow students choices in all career paths, including post-secondary education and advanced vocational training. They also offer student career development and advancement training, including job shadowing, financial literacy, and job etiquette skills. IYI's second goal is to provide youth with the emotional well-being to achieve healthy life relationships and to develop into community-oriented residents. In doing so, they offer students various opportunities to engage with social services, including life skills training, service learning, and volunteer activities, mentoring, and appropriate social skills training. They also encourage students to participate in cultural, recreational, and social events both within and outside of Trenton to broaden their intellectual horizons and to strengthen their emotional capacity. In providing this program to students ages 16 to 24, ISLES stresses that they are not trying to turn bad kids into good ones. They are simply giving good kids the opportunities that they will not be given anywhere else.
My name is Stacy Heading. I'm the evening program coordinator for ISLES Youth Institute. Well, the evening program is really designed to keep the kids safe off the streets. One of the things that ISLES came up with, and what I like about this organization, ISLES, that we wanted to just do more than just keeping the kids, just safe off the streets and probably having them in a big gymnasium or just recreation all day. We said we're going to keep the kids off the streets, but we're going to also replace that time in the streets that they will spend time in the streets doing, and we will provide life skills. And we will, put together a program that's designed to help better the kids, though outside of academics, we can wrap around their, what they learn in academics and what they need to do to become a successful young female or male in their community, and ultimately be a role model to their family. And so during this evening program, we do a lot of etiquette classes, and we also take them on trips and things that they usually may not be exposed to. And so the evening program is all about exposure, etiquette class, how to treat people, how to be respectful, and how to respect those. And one of the things that our motto here is give respect to those, even if you think they don't deserve respect. Because a lot of kids think that to give respect, you have to earn respect. What we teach first is just to give respect. And once you start to give respect, doors start opening for you. And so we put together all these curriculums and activities that will allow these kids to start really honestly loving themselves and loving the community and just being a role model for them, and they seeing the way I walk and talk, and other staff members, the way we do things, to make sure that they can be all that they can be.
With the evening program, we do want to keep the kids off the streets as much as possible, but we don't want to make it like we're just buying time and we're just occupying the kids just so they won't be out there. We don't want the kids to, A, be out there on the streets, but B, since they're not, we want them to be learning. So that's why we go to the College of New Jersey on certain days. We have art education on certain days. I guess you could say home economics or consumer sciences on certain days as well. So not only are they not on the streets, but they're also learning.
Just get out there and try new things. Because you may think something's corny, but once you do it, you find yourself liking it. Like, I always thought like going to like plays where like the actors on the stage and they act the stuff out, like The Lion King or The Wizard of Oz. I always thought that was corny. It's like, if it's not going to be in the movies, there won't be any special effects, everything's going to look whack. I went to the first one, now I just want to go to every one they go to, because you don't have the special effects, but it's just entertaining somehow. Like, you'll sit there and you'll find something to enjoy. I don't know how else to say it. And especially like I used to hardly wear suits and stuff, dress up and go anywhere. But when we went to the mansion in New Jersey, what was it called? John Thwackett. Sitting down with other people, I kind of like, I was like, I like the way things are going here. Like, I like looking professional, sitting around other professionals, talking about stuff that doesn't involve stuff I probably can't see on camera. But just having fun, talking to other people, seeing where they came from, their goals and stuff, how they like organize their life, see what they're doing that's working, that you could like use it. Just again, get out there and try stuff.
Well, I like I said, I used to work in the school district, and I portray myself the same way. The only way you can penetrate these students are if you develop some type of trust. You have to develop trust with them. If you say you're going to do something, you have to do it. If you give your word, you have to go through with it. And I think that's, the kids know my reputation here is basically if I give my word that to help them in some way or other, I 99.9% of the time I will go and help. And I think that's establishes a trust. And so when you sit down and talk to them, they will listen as opposed to just hearing you. You don't want kids to hear you. You want kids to listen to you. And that's the way I approach my leadership.
I think the fact that people can rely on me to come through, like I'm reliable, that right there is what I value. Like when people can trust you to do something, like they'll give you something to do. They won't constantly keep checking up on you, making sure you're doing it, because they know once I tell them to do it, it's done. I could trust them, I could recommend them to do stuff that I wouldn't recommend other people. That's something I value a lot. So when people ask me to do something, I'm not going to take advantage of it. Like, all right, they gave me the keys to like get something out of the car. Let's go for a joyride. I'm gonna get what they want me to get. I would make sure I lock the door with the keys still in my hand, and I'm gonna give them whatever they wanted along with the keys. That's just an example.
So we have a big support system here. Actually, there's about 5 of us, and we call ourselves the support staff, and we wrap around the academics. So this is outside of the teachers. You have the case manager. You also have our recruiter and retention, and recruiting and retention. And Mr. Ned, what he does is, well, not only do he recruit the kids, but he also talk and work with them every day to make sure that they're coming to school, and then make sure if they have any obstacles or anything that they need to overcome, that he can assist them with that. Once, he find out what it is, then he kind of sends them to Miss Tiana, who is our case manager, who will help them get everything they need. Some of the things that a lot of our kids need is daycare, childcare. Childcare is a problem. As you know, a lot of the young ladies here, they have kids of their own and they need daycare. And so what we try to do is make sure that we can provide them with daycare, get them all the assistance that they need, take them to wherever they need to go. We have transportation, we have vans. Anywhere that the kids need to go to make sure that they can handle their business, one of the staff will drive them there. And we will be a support system to help them to get all the paperwork, everything that they need so they can get the support. We also, IELTS is about self-reliance, and they have to know how to do it on their own. So when we're with them, we're pretty much having them to do it on their own, but we're there also as a support system. A lot of the kids do not have housing. I just did not know. I grew up right here in the city of Trenton, and I was working in pharmaceuticals, and I just got back into the community about 6 years ago. So in my interview, I'm saying, well, I know the kids, I grew up, I lived around here, but things have changed. And now that I'm working here, I'm seeing that people don't have a place to go at night. Or, the evening program, we drop kids off at the end of the day to their doorsteps. So we feed them and then we drop them off to their doorsteps. And I notice as we're driving to people's houses, like how quiet the van may get, how sad they may, start to look. I notice that there's a problem as I look in the rearview mirror as I'm getting closer to, the student's house. And so now I know that that's a problem. And then, I may get out the van, talk to the student, and then I will report that to the case manager and have her to look deeper into it. Sometimes the kids may open up to you, me personally, and tell me some things. And then after that, then I would, the student, myself, and then the case manager will sit down and talk and see what it is that we can do. But we just have a strong support system. And I just really want to reiterate that there's no other school pretty much that I know of that makes sure each student, each child get home safely to their doorsteps. And I just, commend ISLES for doing that. And I just commend the staff for, we know what we're going through in the city of Trenton, and it can be dangerous dropping kids off. But, so far nothing has ever happened, and it's worth doing.
As educators, it's still the same deal, just like regular public school. K through 12, we have the lesson plan, we give it our all day in and day out. We don't approach these kids differently from an academic standpoint. We still want to go into the classroom, tell them, listen, this is science. This is what it is to learn it. This is art, so on and so forth. And it's a tough job, but it's extremely rewarding in the end to help another person, educate them, and see them grow, become better, become smarter, and overall just succeed.
I want everything that I desire for my own child. My two boys are in college, and I wouldn't want anything less for for these kids. So when we sit down and they come in, we go through some goals. What they desire and what needs to be done to achieve their goals. So I want the world for them. I want them to understand that there's something else beyond this block. Some of these kids have not ever been to on a trip beyond New Jersey. I've had some kids that have never been to the beach, believe it or not, and for whatever reason. So I want them to understand that there is a different world out there, that not to abandon their block, but at least to know that there's a possibility of them moving forward, and to just basically embrace that opportunity of going elsewhere and growing as an individual.
I guess what I wasn't preparing for was, these kids have had a hard time through school. Some have been kicked out. Some have unfortunately been arrested. So you really don't know what to expect as far as their demeanor goes. What is their outlook? And really, when you come here and you get into the thick of it, they're really nice. They want to learn. Of course, they're still kids, so it's tough. So you have to be on them, motivate them, discipline them as well. But really, they're just great. They're nice. They want to be here. They want to learn. They want to get their GED and do better.
For the majority and for the most of the part, that the kids, when they come here, look at this as a safe haven, and this is a place that they can ultimately get their life together. Because you know what, they join gangs, but a lot of them realize it's just a big mistake and they want a way out. And one of the ways out of a gang is education. Because once you get your GED, you can take some classes at Mercer County and ultimately go off and go away to college. And then once those things start happening, you're just away from that life. And then you can go on and just start to better yourself and not be a part of all that negativity, because you'll see the advantages of going to school, getting your education, being able to get a job that can hold you down and make some money. And you don't have to go through the things of the past generation that you see your mother, father, brother, sister, and best friends and people in your neighborhood are going through in the struggle.
Be a better person. And the only way to do that is to become educated. And, at first it's tough for the students to warm up to you as a person, as a teacher, as a counselor, to trust me that I can help them do better. And that's extremely rewarding once they do. But to overall, not to sound cliche, but knowledge is power. And truly they can overcome their past negative behavior, their past defeats, get back up on their feet and learn, take the GED, pass it, and then hopefully, move on to college or get a job and be a part of society in a positive way.
The one and shining, for me, the one and shining thing of my job and of Isles, I believe, and I had a conversation with Marty Johnson, the president. It has to be when they walk, when they graduate, when they achieve, when you can see that they say, "Wow, I did it." When you are able to put them in working job and for them to earn a check and see how hard it is and but they've able to accomplish it. When we can see that they have persevered and they have moved forward, that has to be my top. I mean, we have a ceremony at the end of the school year, that second to none. I mean, we have the cap and gown. I have all the teachers. We do the award ceremony. We have guest speakers, and that's a wonderful feeling. And not only for them, for the family. A lot of our kids who are here, they're even the some moms, some dads haven't done their fourth year or GED. So they project themselves in their child. So, and that's a crazy feeling. I mean, that's you're up there.
Because like my biggest goal right now is just to have a house with a wife, a dog. I gotta have a dog. Possibly kids, but like I really want a dog. You know, and just to have everything like going smooth, you know, have good income of money, you know, keep the bills paid, you know, go vacations time to time, you know, just, I guess it's like what everyone wants, but like, that's what like I want as like my whole end goal. Like that's just it.
Hey yo, Stefan, tell them what it is.
One mic, one soul, one road. Okay. We grind even though we set goals. Trenton makes the world, takes the Garden State. I refuse to participate in the crime rate. Our mind states are great. Prerogatives are positive. Mix it with the common sense because I got a lot of it. As long as I'm conscious, I'ma make progress. Ongoing positive concepts. Skills of construction, no disruption, no distraction. Staff watching students while students are in action. Building blocks of life, I build it up with good advice. Maintaining, sustaining, we're all good kids but we're in training. We gon' make it, yeah, we gon' make it. Eyes on the prize, and yeah, we gon' take it. Education.
You tell me what you prefer, the caps and the gowns, or getting body walking, counting cracks in the ground. Your boy used to suffer till 33 Tucker, hitting the building every day, now that's getting tougher. Treat the grade book like your looks. All the top class cute girls getting took by the ones who didn't have fun back then. All geeked up, hard passes, no friends. I'm at the point in my life, decisions getting made. And if I make them right, in the future getting paid. Sipping wine, don't lift a finger, I got it made. Or saying to myself, damn, I got it made.